April 6th is Drowsy Driver Awareness Day, and as part of this, I did an interview on KUSI with Jason Ostel. Here's the interview.
Well, today is Distracted Driver Awareness Day, and here to tell us about the day and the significance of it and some of the symptoms of drowsy driving is Phil Constantine. Phil, it's been so long. It's great to see you.
Indeed. We used to work together a long time ago.
Yes, we did work together a long time ago. Good times.
Longer than either one of us want to know.
Yeah, now, this is a day, it's so ironic because this day is Distracted Driver Awareness Day.
Drowsy Driver.
Drowsy Driver Awareness Day.
Yeah.
And you lost your wife, Robin, 20 years ago today.
20 years ago today, her mother got a new car and said, you know, you can have my old car. So Robin flew out to Tampa, Florida, and was driving it all the way back to here. She had spent the night in Houston, where we used to live, and she made it almost to El Paso, which is about 750 miles, nodded off and ran off the side of the road. That's picture Robin there. Went off the side of the road. That's us at the Del Mar Media Fair. So I used to be here at KUSI.
I remember those.
But she drifted off into the center divider, overcorrected, ran into a guardrail, and did not survive the crash, unfortunately. And we figured out that she nodded off based on what the paramedics were saying and based on a truck driver that she had passed about a mile or so before. Ironic thing is that she had just passed about a mile before she crashed one of these rest areas on the side of the freeway. So that's the problem with drowsy driving. It sneaks up on you. And almost everybody's had the experience. Right. You know, where you nodded off or just suddenly realized, where am I?
Right.
You know, and that's one of the hints about you might be drowsy is if you can't remember where, you know, the last 5 exits, or you don't remember where you are, if all of a sudden you look up and, oh, there's my exit on the freeway. Now, you may be distracted, but you may also be, you know, drowsy, and it sneaks up on you.
And it can be medications, too.
It could be medications. It could be getting up too early. It could be driving at times you're not used to. It could be all kinds of things. Yes, if you're taking, like, you know, the medication that says don't operate heavy machinery, that can affect you. And that's what I mean. All of a sudden you just realize, what have I been doing for the last however long?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when you're driving, roads change very quickly.
Yes, they do.
And Robin was an excellent driver. So this is the situation where it's not somebody's not paying attention. It's just it can sneak up on you. And so my hint to everybody, I was a highway patrol officer for 20 years as well, and this is something I sort of talked about it during that time, was when in doubt, don't drive. But if you see yourself driving, coffee isn't really going to help. Coffee is a short-term, very, very short-term, but getting off the road and getting some sleep, or at least to stop driving until you're no longer sleepy.
And the power of just a 15 or 20-minute nap can really help you. You don't go in too deep a state of sleep, but you get that rest that you need.
Exactly. And this is a hard statistic together, so I can't tell you exactly how many people die from this, because if you're by yourself, no one may ever know. You know, just they come across a crash. And and most people don't want to admit it if they survive, because then it puts them at fault. And it's, oh, I was swerving to avoid the cat in the road or something like that, so less of an insurance problem. But numbers could be as officially it's like 750 to 1,500 a year. The numbers could be as high as 6,000 or 7,000 people a year are killed because of this.
Well, unfortunately, you know what it's like to get that call in the middle of the night.
I definitely do. I've delivered notifications to next of kin, and I've received one, and literally I got a call. Robin and I were not on the best of terms at this particular time in our relationship. We were married, and so I knew she was I knew she wasn't at home, but I didn't know exactly where she was. And then all of a sudden one night I get a call from the medical examiner in a little town called Sierra Blanca, Texas, which is just a little bit just out of El Paso. And so came as an absolute total surprise, and I was the one that notified her parents and her siblings, and obviously our family as well.
And that's the
car itself. They literally had to pull the top of the car off. The guardrail came inside there. You see the top of the car had to be peeled back. They used the rough equivalent of Jaws of Life, and because the guardrail had come inside the car and pinned her inside the car. Not to be too graphic.
Right. But we want to make sure that, I mean, the point of you being here today is we want to make sure nobody gets that call.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's why I said, if you notice, you know, if all of a sudden, if you notice, you know, you can't remember where you're going, you're nodding off, obviously, if you realize you're falling asleep, just pull off the road. Just get off the road as quickly as you can. Say, oh, well, I'm only another 30 minutes from where I'm going to go. Nah, it's a problem. Now, to prevent it, If you're traveling long distances, every hour or so, get out of the car. Just walk around the car once or twice.
Good advice.
Listening to talk radio rather than sleepy music is a good idea. Windows down may help a little bit, but again, all of those are just short-term fixes. You know, stopping driving is the only sure cure that you're ever going to have.
All right. Phil Constantine, great to see you again, man.
Thank you, Jason.
It's really been too long.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up by clicking on the button below. You're welcome to leave comments below as long as the language is family friendly. And finally, if you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel by clicking the button over on the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you again for watching.